I wanted to make a quick video for you guys on the exploration shop. So it's right inside of the city next to this beacon that I'm sure you guys got whenever you went into the intro of the game, but you may not have checked out hers. So as you're kind of progressing through the game, doing chests, exploration, just basically anything, puzzles, all that kind of stuff, you will get rewards for the progress towards it. You can come into here and you can get the tokens. These tokens give you levels, and these levels give you different things. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the loot mapper. So this is a utility. The next three things will be utilities, and think like your wire bug, your camera, your stuff like that. So it's a utility in the sense that you can use it outside of, like, you know, kind of helping you essentially. So you get 3 charges, so you can use 3 at any given time. You just press T and it gives you a nice little radius with the chest inside. So anytime that there's any chest in this little radius, it will show you whether it's a boss, the mob, stuff like that, the puzzles, or just kind of hanging out in the overworld. It will show you and you can go and run over there and grab it. The interesting thing is it is in your mini map, so you don't have to keep going through the overview map. You can just go straight in here and then walk around and, you know, find it from your mini map. So when you want to get rid of it though, because you only have 3 charges, so you can only have 3 active at any given time, you want to go in here and just click remove. It doesn't have any delay to it, so once you do it, it's straight back in there, charged up and ready to go, so you can kind of plant them as you want. So if you're kind of going through and you're like, why can't I use it anymore? It's because you used all 3 of your charges. You just got to take them away from the map. So if you already have it, that's a little hint. Maybe wondering why you can't use it. And the next thing I want to talk about is going to be this thing. So this is a waypoint. So it's kind of like a temporary resource beacon that allows you to teleport. So it's just like a mini teleporter that you can kind of set wherever you want, but it does consume a module. So you will have to craft these to be able to use the waypoints. And so it's more of like a kind of more time consuming, because you are going to have to get the mats for it and you are going to have to craft these things to be able to use it. But you can use it very effectively by putting it in different places, like in front of Crownless, if you don't want to run all the way down the hill. Because let's face it, some of these beacons are just not in the best spot. And so you're going to do a lot of traveling, especially if you're trying to grind a specific thing. You can also do like for specific, you know, echoes, like say, for example, there's a guy right here that I really want to get. Put a waypoint there so I don't have to run all the way from this beacon all the way down every single time I want to do something or whatever. Or you see something that you want to come back to, you can just set a beacon and you just kind of come back to it as you want. But again, it's going to be a consumable, so you will have to craft those, unfortunately. And the next thing, and probably the most important thing in my opinion, is going to be this, which is what I'm currently working for, is the casket sonar. So this is going to work very similar to the loot mapper. However, this has a consumable. Unfortunately, you're going to have to be a consumable, so you're going to have to craft this one as well, but it'll give you a nice little radius and it will show all the caskets in the area. Now, of course, it's already on your mini map, but more or less, like, instead of like stumbling upon them, this will make it a little bit more proactive for you to be able to actually chase these caskets, which is very important as you kind of progress in the game, because if you don't know, there is a shop that takes caskets in a very similar structure to this one. As you gain more caskets, you gain more level for it. You eventually have to get to a point where you're getting like 16 caskets to get to the next point. You get all kinds of different things like Astrite, you get some standard banner pulls on some of the different levels, and just a lot of mats and stuff like that. So it's really helpful to be able to do, especially if you're already exploring. You kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? As you're kind of getting your progress for this, you can get your caskets, your chests, and all that different stuff. So they start to kind of work together and promote each other.